Michael Stone lived by one rule: control everything. His company, his reputation, his life. So when a stranger tapped his shoulder on a rainy night and handed him the wallet he hadn't even realized was missing, he thought it was nothing more than luck. But inside that wallet was a folded paper, a name he didn't remember, a signature that wasn't his, and a truth that could destroy everything he had built. Her name was Alina Ray, and with one honest act, she walked straight into his past and became the future he never saw coming. Rain hammered the glass windows of San Verona, a city that never slept and never forgave. Inside the gleaming high-rise lobby of Stone Enterprises, employees hurried home while one man leaned against the cold marble pillar, soaked, tired, and furious. Michael Stone, CEO, perfectionist, polished billionaire making. But tonight he felt anything but in control. His evening should have been flawless. A meeting with investors, a perfect pitch, the final step in acquiring the last land he needed for his biggest project, the Crescent District. An entire block he planned to tear down and rebuild into a luxury empire instead. A storm had shut down the highways, his driver disappeared, and he was forced to walk something he hadn't done in years. He shoved a hand through his wet hair and cursed. He hated chaos. He hated having no plan. He hated, excuse me? He froze. A woman stood behind him beneath the awning. Rain dripping from her coat sleeves, hair damp, breath shaky from running. He didn't recognize her, and Michael remembered everyone. "You dropped this." She held up a black leather wallet, his wallet. Michael blinked. He patted his jacket, and sure enough, empty. He snatched it. "Thanks," he muttered. But she didn't leave. Her gaze lingered. Not nosy, not greedy, just curious. "People don't usually walk away from something so important," Sis said. "I don't lose things," he replied coldly. She smiled gently. "You did tonight." He should have walked away right then. Instead, something about her voice, steady, calm, the kind of strength he couldn't ignore, held him rooted like stone. "What's your name?" he asked. "Alina," she said simply. "And you're Michael Stone." He stiffened. "How do you?" She nodded toward the skyscraper with his name glowing across the top. "It's hard to miss." He gave a dry, humorless laugh. "Well, Alina, thank you for returning it. Consider your good deed done." But again, she didn't move. "There's something inside you should look at." Michael frowned. He flipped open the wallet. ID, cards, cash, everything neat, nothing missing. Then he saw a folded document wedged behind his business card. "What is this?" he murmured. "I don't know," she said. "It fell out when I opened it to find your ID. I didn't read it, but it looked important." Michael unfolded the page. At first, the words blurred with water stains, then sharpened into sentences that made his blood freeze. Transfer of ownership, Crescent Block Housing Development. Buyer signature, Michael Stone. Seller signature. Evelyn Reyes' hand went cold. He knew everyone involved in his project. He had legal teams, contractors, contacts, but he had never signed this document. And he sure as hell didn't know Evelyn Ray. "This is fake," he snapped. Alina stared at him quietly. "My mother's name is Evelyn Ray." The ground beneath him tilted. He looked at her fully now, really looked. Dark hair, steady eyes, rain dripping from her eyelashes. Where did this come from? He demanded. Alina swallowed hard. "My mother passed away 3 weeks ago," she said softly. "I'm clearing her things. I found that paper today, hidden in her desk. And now I return a wallet that has the same document tucked inside. Looks like more than coincidence?" Lightning cracked the sky. Above, Michael's pulse thundered. Because whoever forged that signature, her mother's and his, was attempting to steal his entire project, the project he built from nothing, the one investment that would cement his name in the city forever. Alina took a careful breath. "If someone used my mother's identity, I need to know who." She paused. "And I think you do too." For a long moment, they just stood there, rain pounding the pavement. Two strangers pulled together by a lie. Michael finally spoke. "Come with me. It's the unlikely Alliance see by morning." Michael and Alina sat in his private boardroom. Documents spread across the table. Her mother had worked in property law. Something Michael didn't know. Files connected her to the company Michael was trying to buy out. Dead signatures. Fake records. Someone was using Evelyn's name to quietly funnel property titles away to a shell corporation. "It's someone on the inside," Mikkel said, voice low. Alina nodded. "And someone who thought we'd never cross paths?" Michael studied her strength behind exhaustion. "You don't owe me anything," he said. Alina met his gaze. "But I owe my mother the truth." Hours blurred into days, and Michael realized something startling. For the first time in his life, he wasn't in control, but he wasn't alone either. The betrayal, their search, led them to an answer Michael never expected. His most trusted business partner, Carter Hale, the man he was about to promote, the man who knew every piece of his plan. "I hired him," Michael whispered, sick with betrayal. "I built him." Alina put a hand on the folder between them. "And now you stop him." The Scio and the Ferentino, and they tracked Carter to a private dinner, the final signing. Michael stormed inside with Alina behind him. Carter smirked. "I wondered when you'd figure it out." "You used her mother's death," Michael snarled. Carter shrugged. "She had something I needed, and now you'll sign the rest over." Michael stepped forward, but Alina beat him to it. She slammed her mother's real death certificate on the table. "No witness. No consent. No legality. It's over." Security swept in. Carter paled, and the empire he tried to steal crumbled beneath him. The ending nitrogen monoxide 1-XPCTT weeks later. Crescent District was his again, legally, publicly, permanently. But Michael wasn't the same man. He found himself waiting at the small cafe Alina worked at part-time. Just to sit quietly beside her. She didn't ask for credit. She didn't ask for payment. She didn't ask for him, but she changed him one evening. As the sun bled gold over the city, Michael spoke the words he never imagined. "You didn't just return my wallet," he said softly. "You returned something I lost a long time ago." Alina smiled gently. "And what's that?" Michael looked out over the street, alive, unpredictable, beautifully messy. A future worth showing up for. She didn't belong to him. He didn't try to claim her, but she walked beside him, not as fate, not as romance forced by a twist, but as proof that a stranger can walk into your life and leave you with something irreplaceable. One wallet, one stranger. And a truth that rewrote to lives. Imagine how many untold stories are hidden in the shadows of everyday moments. Click LIKE if you felt the twist. Share if you believe fate brings the right people together at the worst time. And subscribe for more emotional journeys, betrayals, victories, and unexpected second chances. Turn on the bell so you never miss the next story, because the next stranger you meet might change everything, just like this.